Hey guys, it is September 17th and this is the Team Fit Revolution weekly call. I am so excited because tonight we've got a special guest speaker on the line, my good friend Whitney. Whitney and I met when we went to Belize for Amy Silverman's yoga retreat or whatever that was. It was a lot of fun and I got to connect and meet so many amazing coaches. I got to spend time with Sarah and Carly, but also meet coaches that are not on our team, which I love because everyone does things differently. And it's so cool to, connect with other people in this network and see how they're building this business and take inspiration from them. So speaking of that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about her before I toss it over to Whitney. She joined in September of 2013. So what is it, like your happy 2-year anniversary? And she is a 1-star diamond coach. She is also a Success Club legend, which that means you hit Success Club since like the very first time you started, right? Or your very first month? Wow. Like that is awesome to be a brand new coach and hit Success Club your very first month and continue that streak. That is definitely the foundation for a solid business. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and unmute you and spotlight you, Whitney, and take it away.
Hi, everybody. I'm Whitney. Nice to meet you. So she sort of introduced me already. I was a yoga instructor before I got into this, and I was actually thinking about maybe opening my own yoga studio. And luckily I met my coach and he told me not to do that. And, handed me a bag of Shakeology. And I was like, screw this. Like I drink green juice. I'm a yogi. And he basically said, get over yourself and try this and read the ingredients. And I'm so happy that I did because it brought me here. And I just love this business so much because I get to touch so many people. And I get to do it all through social media. And that's kind of why I'm here today. Lauren asked me to sort of touch on how to brand yourself. And I just kind of think that came really natural to me for some reason. Not to say that I don't like get inspiration from other coaches and use that for my stuff, but I definitely just do what feels right in my soul. So to start, I took some notes, and so I'm going to look down a little bit, but I'm probably just going to not use them so much. But first it's like, what makes you you? So there's like, we're all different, and that's why this business is so beautiful and why so many different kinds of people can do it, because I'm going to attract different people than you can, and you're going to attract different people than Lauren can, and so forth and so on. So what you really need to decide is what makes you you, and that's what you post about. So it doesn't all have to be health and fitness. Like I just wrote, mine change all the time, right? We're constantly changing. We're constantly, hopefully, growing. So mine, I just wrote some down today. It's travel. I love to travel. Another thing I love about this business is it allows me to travel and work from whichever land or country I wind up in. Yoga is for me. If you guys follow me, I do a lot of yoga videos and stuff like that. I love sharing my sequences and stuff with people. Holistic health. I just graduated the Institute of Integrative Nutrition. So that's really tied well in with all of this Beachbody stuff. Wine is a big one. I have a French bulldog. Joy, happiness, like fun and freedom. I just wrote some of these things down. You really want to go with 5. I'm just giving you some examples. And a good way to figure out what that is, it's like, what do people tag you in? Like, I can't tell you how many times I've been tagged, and it's like this yellow background, it's this cartoon yoga character drinking wine and doing yoga. Have you guys seen that one? I don't know if you've seen that one, but I've maybe been tagged in that like 17 times. What that tells me is people think of me when they see wine and they see yoga. So like that's one way of branding myself. You want people to think about you when they see certain things. I have like the French bulldog, you probably haven't seen this one because you guys probably aren't huge into French bulldogs, but it's like, it has a backpack on and I'm going to grandma's house. They've tagged me in that like so many times. I just laugh every time and being like, I should start doing like little tick marks about how many times I'm tagged in that stuff. But that's your audience. Like that's the people that have those same interests as you is going to be the people you really want to talk to and reach out to. And they're the people most like you. So when you become really clear of who you are, then you're going to find your niche that much easier. So when I first started this business, I was like looking at all these, my upline and looking at these top coaches. And I was like, oh my God, I have to be like that. And oh, maybe I should do that. And oh, that was good. Maybe I'll do that. And I was just trying to, I wanted to help everyone, right? I wanted to do everything. And I wanted, you know, I had men in my challenge group and it was a disaster. So once I became really clear on who I was and what I was all about, my niche sort of naturally happened. So that's why it's really important to be you, because you're going to find those people. I like to tell my team, don't do posts that are like pushy, controlling, or manipulative. They should be something that makes you feel good. They should be something that makes you empowered, that's really like heartfelt and authentically you. So if that post doesn't feel like that to you, you shouldn't post it. And that's not to say, like, if you see this amazing post that Lauren posts, like, get inspired by that, make it your own, change the picture. I'm not saying that, because a lot of us have a similar story. So you're like, oh, that exact same thing happened to me, but she worded that so beautifully. So get inspired by that and use that, but make sure it's your authentic self. It's not just a story that you found beautiful to share it, because you're gonna attract somebody, and then you guys aren't gonna really relate once you get into the conversation. I know we say, like, post 3 times a day, 3 or 4 times a day. And I say, screw that. Post content that you believe in. Like, if you aren't behind your content, people are going to see that. So yes, it's good to be in people's face. Yes, you want to be posting, you know, a few times a day. Absolutely. But if you're just posting to post, people are going to see that and they're not going to want it in their feed. That's when you're going to get unfollowed and stuff. So it must be like, when I post something, it's something that I really want to share. I'm excited about it. I have enthusiasm behind it. And those are the kind of posts you should be doing. I wrote here, there should be energy and intention behind the work that you put out. And then I also feel like we're really, at least I felt like this in the beginning, like I need to be on Twitter and I need to be on Facebook and I need to be amazing over on Instagram. And I really feel like, find the one that you love. Like, I hate Twitter. I can't stand Twitter. So I don't use Twitter. I think some IT dude was on my computer and he linked my like page to Twitter. So I'm on Twitter somehow. And every once in a while I like it. Somebody retweeted something and I don't know what that means, but I hate it. So I'm not going to spend my time on it. Our time is valuable. So do something that you love. I personally love Instagram. So I've been spending my time on Instagram and putting my heart on Instagram. So yeah, do what you love, because that's going to show through, right? And hopefully you guys do too, but we're in the business of service. So I have a genuine intention to serve people and to help people start their journey and to change lives, both in business and in fitness. So once you have that genuine intention and you get over the numbers and you just want to help the people, I think that sort of shines through in your posts also. Let me see what else. I'm kind of off on a tangent. I don't even know where I am here. Content. If the content feels empowering and exciting to you, it will feel that way to your audience. So love what you create and have a clear idea of who you are and who you serve. And again, just go through, like, what are the top 5 things that you're all about? That's what you should be sharing. And it doesn't all have to be health and fitness related. I think a lot of us spend a lot of time, like, at first when I was getting into Instagram, I was all in, health and smoothies and green juice and looking at all these hashtags. And guess what? I was finding a bunch of other coaches. When I started going into yoga or yoga every damn day or, French bulldogs of Instagram, guess what? I found a lot of people that weren't Beachbody coaches, but they could use my help. And we related on a different level that had absolutely nothing to do with Beachbody. When you're sharing, don't be pushy, controlling, or manipulative. Just be you and nothing else. I don't put any content out there that isn't genuine, authentic, and exciting to me. Everything I do, I take the time. I take an app, I make it pretty. I find a quote that makes sense with the picture. When I'm starting a new challenge, I thoughtfully think about my challenge. Like, what do I want out of a challenge? What would I want out of this? And I share that and I create that. And I think that shows through on my pages. Basically, what it comes down to is just live your life and share it. We're not trying to be anything that we're not. Just share what you are. If you're a mom, people are going to relate to that. My niche is dogs, right? So I've got a ton of dog moms on my team. Am I talking too fast? Sometimes I talk like a million miles a minute. Okay. if you just do whatever you do in your daily life and share about it in a way that is relatable. Another note I wrote is, don't worry about what anybody thinks. Too much real estate in your head. It takes up too much real estate in your head. That doesn't leave any room for inspiration. And I don't know where I got that from, and I probably quoted it wrong because I pulled it out of my head. But that came from some personal development I wrote down a long time ago, and I love that quote because it's so true. Shailene, I know, says, you know, get everybody on your bus, and go on your little road. And if people don't want to stay on your bus, great. Like, get them off on the same spot. Like, if they're not going to the end of the road with you, then peace out. Like, I don't give a fuck. Sorry. Like, get rid of them. We don't care. Like, don't care what anybody thinks, because you are you and you are fucking awesome. Sorry, I did it twice in a row there. That's kind of like what I have to say. And I talked really, really fast. Does anybody have any questions?
I've got a question for you. So, okay, this is awesome, Whitney. So, like, I'm like looking at your feed right now, and I typed in the chat box for everyone. I'm going to go to the gallery view really quick. I typed in the chat box for everyone. You can follow her on Instagram, and she's the Fit Wit. And if you go to Whitney's Instagram, like, there's no sight of Beachbody, really, right? So, like, I mean, it's awesome. It's all you. It's very authentic. It's everything that you talked about. So can you tell us more about how, when you have to transition to advertising for your challenge groups and maybe advertising to join your team, how, like, what kind of posts, what kind of images, how are you advertising that while still keeping it really true to yourself? And, like, what's the ratio that you're using of those types of posts?
And a lot of times I'll go back and delete my challenge group posts.
Oh, okay.
You know, because I like to use, sometimes I like have a really good one and like the wording's perfect. So I'll just go delete it so I can reuse it again. I do a sneak peek into coaching every month. So I usually do an event on my like page to advertise for that. And then I have like a headshot, and it's like, ever wonder ... And like, I do a lot of traveling. So my last one was like, ever wonder how I'm traveling all the time, how I, you know, I'm always, you know, doing these workout videos. So I can share like a post with you if you want. So I still make it really, really personal. I don't go to Google Images and download 21 Day Fix and say, hey, I've got a 21-day challenge and look at my containers and let's do this thing. Woohoo! You know, comment 21 Day Fix below. Sometimes I'll get the containers, you know, and I'll like hold them up and say like, ever wonder like how, like what my little containers are, because I'll take pictures with like grapes in my purple one or something like that. But it's always really personal. It's always me doing it. I never post, you know, I love Autumn. She's changed my life, but I never post a picture of her, you know, unless I'm in the picture with her at Summit.
Yeah.
So, and then my challenge group posts, I try to do one every single month. It usually starts on the first or second Monday of the month. And those change from time to time. I do a lot of free challenges. So I'll do like 7 days slim down. And usually my free challenges go into my other challenge. I'll do like, I have a little black dress one where I'm in a little black dress, and it's like the little black dress challenge. My next one's fall for fitness. So I usually try to do something around the theme. Like this one I'm pushing, what's that holiday? Come on, Halloween. So I either have my regular challenge going around the holiday, or I do a free challenge around the holiday. Like I did a really fun one I did like Cupid's, something about Cupid for the last, I can share some of my free challenges with you too. But I had everybody stripping at the end for the very last one, like stripping for your man for Valentine's Day. You know, so it's just like, think outside the box a little bit. And that's me, right? Like I'm crazy. Yes. And everybody's like, oh my God. Because I actually videoed it for them, you know. And I was like, girl, let's do this thing, you know.
Oh, you are so hilarious.
So I try to be really, really creative with my challenge groups, and I try to make my post about that.
Yeah.
It's funny because do you have that, what's that app, that Time Hop app?
Mm-hmm.
So I just got one, and it was a picture of me in a bikini, and then I had like P90X3 and like T25 on the side of my head, and like that was my ad. And I'm just like laughing so hard because I would never do that now. So if you guys are doing that now, don't worry. Like it's okay. Like we've all done it. But it's just so funny how much you grow and how much you learn. And it's all trial and error too. Like I'll think I have this amazing post and it's, going to get like so much engagement and it's so awesome. And I get crickets. And then I'll post something about wine and I get 100 likes. It's like, really? I just like offered to teach yoga for free to these like, kids and I get like nothing. Wine glasses, like, oh my God. Like. So it's really all trial and error. And I feel like finding your niche, finding your brand, finding who you are on social media is a lot of trial and error. So don't expect to get it right away. Like Lauren said, I've been doing this for 2 years and not every post I've ever done has been amazing. Trust me. And if you post something and it just doesn't feel right, like you're just like, I don't know. Like if it doesn't settle well in your stomach, delete it. Like it doesn't have to stay on there forever. I've definitely done that a couple times where it just doesn't, like I said, it doesn't feel like authentically me or it doesn't feel heartfelt. Delete it. You go back and change it. So.
Yeah, I love that you guys, like, if you have a post that works, that was a really good one that she just said. So if you have a post that works, reuse it. And I've never thought of that. Delete it from your feed so it doesn't look like you're double posting it. And like chances are it's going to have new eyes on it anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And people do scroll. So that's why you don't want it like multiple times. But like people, like because I do fresh challenge groups, but then I have an ongoing one where like graduates kind of go where I don't know, there's like a couple hundred people in there. And every 3 months I just kind of restart posting in there. So people forget. So it's totally okay to reuse your material. Or sometimes like there's a couple quotes that I just love and I'll just put that quote on a different picture. So it's okay to reuse content. People are watching, but they're not like studying,
Yeah, totally. So. Do you guys have any questions? You can type in the chat box for Whitney and she'd be happy to answer anything about how she works her business. Okay, I'm trying to think if I have any other questions for you before we wrap up. I think I saw someone on mute. Do you ever hashtag 21 day fix?
I have, especially like, cause I know like the size matters or share your size. Like when there's a contest and stuff, I will. But like my hashtag for 21 day fix is fix with wit. Or my hashtag for dancing for the size is dance with wit. So sometimes I'll use the hashtags, but I never, ever, ever would put that in my description. I would put it, you guys know that trick for IG, right? You don't put it in the description, you put it in the very first comment. So like in the description, I'll do like 1 or 2 hashtags, especially if I think it's funny, because you always try to be funny with those. And then I'll put like a shit ton in the comment section. And that's where I would maybe say, 21 day fix but that's only if I'm trying to get them to see it. Like if they're doing a contest or something like that. But really the only people that are going to be searching those hashtags are other coaches. And I'm not looking for other coaches. That's not my goal there. So I really don't use it. No, not that often.
Yeah. And that's another thing, like being authentic self, like you making your own hashtags, like, and then people click on it and they're going to see all of Whitney's 21 day fix pictures versus all of Whitney's 21 day fix pictures along with every other coach in the network. Right. Like they can coach shop, right? If you're hashtagging Beachbody hashtags, they can just like be like, which coach do I want to work with here? Because it's really like all coaches pretty much.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe you can find a customer in there. Sorry.
Right. No, you're good. So
anything else, you guys? Okay, cool. Short and sweet. That's how I like it. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording. Thank you so much for taking your time to hang out with us, Whitney. That was freaking awesome. And thank you all so much for getting on. If you do have any questions about this call, feel free, and you're watching the recording, feel free to comment in the team page and either I or Whitney will answer it for you.